As I cruised down the dark highway, the only sound being the hum of my 18-wheeler's engine, I noticed a car stranded on the side of the road. Its hazard lights flashed weakly, and I could see the silhouette of a figure slumped over the wheel. My instincts kicked in, and I pulled over to offer assistance. As I stepped out of my truck, the cool night air sent shivers down my spine. I approached the car cautiously, noticing that the windows were fogged up. I tapped on the glass, and the figure slowly stirred. The window rolled down, revealing a pale, gaunt face with sunken eyes. "Thank you for stopping," the driver croaked, their voice barely above a whisper. I think I ran out of gas. I offered to give them a gallon from my truck's spare can, but as I turned to head back, I noticed something odd. The car's interior was spotless, but there were no personal belongings, no phone, no wallet. Nothing. A chill ran down my spine as I turned back to the driver. Their eyes seemed to have changed, taking on a milky white hue. "Hey, are you okay?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. The driver's response sent shivers down my spine. "I have been waiting for you." Suddenly, the car's headlights flickered to life, illuminating the dark surroundings. I stumbled backward, tripping over my own feet. As I scrambled to get back to my truck, I heard the car's engine roar to life. The driver's face was now twisted into a grotesque grin. I did not wait to see what would happen next. I sprinted back to my truck, locked the doors, and peeled out of there as fast as I could. I did not stop driving until the sun started to rise, and I was sure I had left whatever horror I had encountered far behind. From that day on, I never stopped to help a stranded driver again. Some things are better left on the side of the road. The long haul of terror. I had driven semis for years, but nothing could have prepared me for that fateful night. I was hauling a load of livestock from Texas to California, a route I had taken countless times before. As I drove through the Arizona desert, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie orange glow over the landscape. I turned on my CB radio, scanning for some company on the long haul. That is when I heard it, a faint, raspy voice whispering my name. "Breaker 19, this is... Come back." I spun the dial, trying to pick up the signal again, but it was gone. Shrugging it off, I continued driving, the darkness outside seeming to press in around me. As the hours ticked by, I started to feel a creeping sense of unease. The livestock in my trailer began to stir, their anxious lowing and screeching echoing through the cab. I checked my mirrors, but the desert highway stretched out empty behind me. Suddenly, my headlights illuminated a figure standing on the side of the road. I slammed on the brakes, my heart racing, as the figure vanished into the darkness. I tried to shake off the feeling of being watched, telling myself it was just my imagination playing tricks. But as I drove on, the occurrences grew more frequent and more intense. I heard whispers in my ear, saw shadowy figures darting across the road, and felt an icy presence lurking just out of sight. I knew I had to get off the road, but my GPS insisted I was hours from the next truck stop. Panic set in as I realized I was completely alone, with no escape from the terror that surrounded me. And then I saw it. A figure, tall and imposing, standing in the middle of the road. I swerved to avoid it, but my tires screeched in protest as the semi jackknifed, spinning out of control. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed, my body battered and bruised. The doctor told me I had been in an accident, but I knew the truth. I had been driven off the road by something sinister, something that still lurked in the darkness, waiting for its next victim. I never drove a semi again, but the memories of that horrific night still haunt me. And when I close my eyes, I can still hear the raspy voice whispering my name, tempting me back onto the long haul of terror.